This is a Hunter PGP Rotor Sprinkler, but it's leaking. You can see all that extra water bubbling up there. Now there's two places that this can occur from. It might be happening from the seal on the sprinkler itself, or it could be a problem with the joint in the ground. So the first thing we're going to need to do is dig around it so we can get the sprinkler out. Okay, we have enough dirt excavated around this now. What I'm going to do is just unscrew the sprinkler from there, but before you do, so you don't have to readjust anything, it would be helpful if you make a line on the sprinkler that is parallel to something that you know. In this case, I have the edge here, and it just so turns out this little adjustment hole that's here on the top of the sprinkler happens to be pointing parallel with the edge of the grass. So I know that if I put the sprinkler back in that orientation, it's going to spray exactly the same way as it was. But if you're not that lucky and it doesn't end up lining up, you can just make a mark with a piece of chalk like that, just so you know which way is going that way. And now just simply unscrew the sprinkler from here. You can just take it and just turn it, and we'll keep unscrewing until it comes right out. And there we are. Okay, based upon what I see in the hole here, the soil doesn't appear to be terribly wet, and I don't think that the water is coming up from that low of a depth. I mean, we have at least the entire depth of the head here, so it most likely is the washer that's in the head here. So let me get this sprayed down and cleaned up, and I'll show you how to replace it. Okay, here's the new washer, or O-ring, or whatever you want to call it. It's two parts here, two pieces that separate. This is more like a rubber thing, and if you look closely you can see there's a groove in it. And I'm not sure the technical term for this, but this is that plastic piece, and you see how the O-ring will fit over that. Turn it upside down and it fits on there. So now let me show you how to get it out of the sprinkler itself. Okay, now the first step is to unscrew the top. So just grab the bottom like that. This is the part you're going to unscrew. Just grab it real good and just keep turning. And now you can pull that out. Set that aside. There's some water in it, which is fine. Now what we need to do is get the top part off of this. Basically it's a press fit. Now here's how it works. You take the palm of your hand, put it on top, and curl your fingers under there. So palm of your hand on there, curl your fingers under here, and with your fingers you're going to pull up as you push down with the palm of your hand over here. And it pops up. Be careful of the spring, because coming along with all of that is that washer, which is here, that I'm peeling off right now, and this other plastic part right there. Now you can let the spring go carefully. And here are the old parts. You can see this here, hopefully it's focusing for you. They're exactly the same idea as what we had, but these washers wear out. I don't see anything in particular wrong with it, but we'll replace it, and hopefully that will resolve our problem. So we'll just put that together just to keep it. We'll set it aside so we can put everything back. We'll get our new part in exactly the same way. You can see this is a lot more supple than the old one. Stick it right on top. I'm going to set that down for a moment and compress the spring. You can just hold that down. It's not under a tremendous amount of tension. And now we're going to put this on over the sprinkler. You just kind of work it down. And we'll just get that down. Just work it down a bit. Get that lined up. Let the spring go carefully so everything is all mated up. The top part now just pushes down. The Just keep working at it and it'll push down. And now it stays captive. Release the spring carefully. And now you can put this back in and screw it back together. There we are. Now it's ready for reinstallation. Now invariably, if you use chalk like I did, you'll notice that your chalk mark has worn away on there. But it doesn't matter actually in this case, because what you can do is you can still rotate the turret here. You see, just like that. So what you can do is rotate it all the way to the left until it stops. And again, if you have a strip of grass, which is pretty much where it's going to stop there, as long as it's parallel to that, pointing in the direction it's going to spray, it should line right back up perfectly, and you won't have to adjust the arc of the spray or how far it sprays or anything like that. Okay, we're going to reinstall this now. Like I was saying, I've moved this turret all the way to the left, which is right in line with the line of dirt here. So as long as I line it up with this pointing in that general direction, it'll be pretty close. So now we're ready to reinstall it. Now, invariably, we'll get some stuff in there. There are filters in here, and it's best to actually flush the lines first. So what you'll do is you'll put the water on and let it gush out of there to get all the dirt and contaminants out of there first. Okay, we're ready to reinstall, so just line it right up and start screwing it in. If it's a little crooked, that's okay. That will be fixed later on when you pack dirt around it and all that. And just make it nice and tight, and as you see, when I do that, it lines up pretty much with the edge of the grass, which is right where it was. And as you can see, there's no more leaks. It's absolutely perfect. The turret is moving ever so slowly as it's supposed to, and everything should be lined up pretty well from what it was. So that's how you replace the sealing washer on a Hunter PGP Rotor Sprinkler. If this video helped you out, please consider clicking the like and subscribe buttons, because that lets me know that I did a good job making this video and I can continue to provide them for you.